Welcome to Business Live. I'm Mark Croskery in BL tonight. The coffee maker, coffee distributor, everything coffee, Salada Foods Jamaica Limited. Declaration of interim dividend. They do some great teas as well. Salada Foods Board of Directors was held on May 19th, 2022. The board got together and declared an interim dividend, Jamaican 5.5 cents per share. It's going to be paid June 22nd of this year. Now, PanJam Investment Limited doing something very interesting, very good here. Notice of a virtual annual general meeting, their AGM. It's virtual. Now, PanJam is scheduled for May 25th, 2022 at 3 p.m. this year. Now, they make it clear there'll be no physical venue to attend the AGM or the annual general meeting of PanJam, as it will be held strictly virtually. Now, Sagicor Select Funds Limited, unaudited net asset value. This is the NAV here. There's two Sagicor Select Funds, the financial and the manufacturer distribution. We speak about the Select MD, sometimes how it's been really racing up on the NAV, pulling back here a little bit, as at May 18th, 2022, Sagicor Select Financial, just under 79 cents per share Jamaican, and the manufacturing distribution, Select MD, pulling back a bit here to $1.17 and change. Now, again, this is actually the net asset values or the NAVs, not the market prices on the JSE. Earnings report time here. GraceKennedy Limited coming out with a nice quarter. First quarter revenue improved by 16%. That's what we like to see, that whole double-digit returns there in terms of the top-line growth. And remember, it's GK 100 year. It's the year 100th anniversary for GraceKennedy, and it continues to show as well in GK's quarterly earnings reports. Revenues for the 3 months ended March 31st, 2022, GK increased to $36.2 billion. I mean, if you annualize that or so, GK ever so close to that billion US dollars in revenue. They speak about that, many years ago in their annual reports and so forth, or they'll be right there probably by the end of this year, 2022, depending on where the FX rate is. FESCO, one of the JSE's favorite companies and stocks, that's future energy source company revenue, skyrocketing 217% for the fourth quarter. You don't got to double check it. We get it right here on Business Live. The fourth quarter for FESCO ended March 31st. Turnover hit Jamaican 4.76 billion just for the quarter, improving from 1.5 billion a year earlier. Net profit increased also, not just the top line here for FESCO, by 164%, growing from 37 million Jamaican to 97.5 million Jamaican. And EPS a little bit lower here, 3.9 cents versus 5.2 cents. When you look at that report, the earnings report, the weighted average number of shares in issue moved from 704 million to 2.5 billion. So, of course, when you look at that, that's one of the reasons it dragged down the earnings per share. So FESCO has to grow even a little bit more than this to get that EPS bumping up a little bit more. Now, FESCO continues to add property, plant, and equipment year over year, additions of 445 million. You got to look at these things in the cash flow statement and the balance sheet. And cash equivalents close the quarter, 1.13 billion for FESCO, a huge number. They want to get more into, LPG, other growth areas, with the long-term loan of 1.26 billion. Have a fantastic weekend, a great evening from Business Live. I'm Mark Croskery.